Goodbye, everybody.
Reki. Reki?
Raka, what are you doing here?
I'm really sorry. I let myself in.
Look at you. You'll be Raka to the very end.
Reki, what's...
This is my cocoon dream. The nightmare that has been tormenting my existence in this world. I was walking along this path. I remember cold winds stinging my cheeks that were wet from tears. I heard a sound from far away. But I was too tired to think. I remember wanting to become a stone. A stone that doesn't feel pain or sorrow.
The Haibane Renmei want me to give this to you. It's your true name.
I don't want it. There's no salvation for me inside that box.
Reki, even if that's true, it's time for you to put an end to this long nightmare of yours.
This is the story of a young girl who was called Reki. She was doomed to a most unfortunate fate,
and lost the people she could share her sorrow with. Believing herself worthless, she called herself Reki, using the sign which meant small stones. However, the sign that expresses her true name means the one who was run over and torn asunder.
Reki?
I know. The one who was run over and torn asunder. Yes, I was run over. This isn't a path. It's an iron line that carries something. This is where I abandoned myself.
Reki, what can I...
You know, Raka, I believed that if I was a good Haibane, I would someday be able to wake up and shed this feeling of guilt. What a joke. None of that matters. This town is my prison. The walls are a symbol of my death. This world is separated by death. And this room! This room is my cocoon. I wasn't able to leave this nightmare behind. For 7 long years, I kept waiting for a deliverance that would never come. Every time I trusted someone, I ended up being betrayed. So finally, I stopped trusting everybody. I decided I would never be hurt again. I decided to be made of stone. That's the irony of it. When I turn to stone and pretend to be good, that's when they tell me I'm a good little Haibane. They'll never know how very dark and very cold my heart is.
Stop that! There's no way I can believe that! You've always been so kind.
Raka, I guess you never really understood. You never saw how jealous I was of you.
No.
Both of us sin-bound. But in the end, only you were forgiven. Everyone leaves me eventually. When Ku took her day of flight, part of me was jealous of her. And I hate myself for it.
That's not true! You came looking for me when I fell into the well. You took care of me and went to get medicine for me. Whenever I was in pain, you were always there for me.
That's right! And why'd I do it? I was looking for my salvation. I can only forget about my sin when I'm being useful to someone. And the only thought that I had the whole time I was helping you was that maybe God would come down and finally forgive me.
Stop it! Stop it!
Raka, for what I needed, you could have been anybody.
Stop it!
When I first found your cocoon, at that moment I had a plan. I told myself that if I could make this one Haibane trust me, then maybe I would finally be forgiven. It never mattered who came out of the cocoon. It was all part of my plan. Why do you think I acted so kindly towards you? It was all a lie. I don't care what I do as long as I find forgiveness. It was your mistake trusting me. And now you know. So get out! Get out! From the very beginning, there was no salvation for me.
Not true. It's not true.
Once the sound catches up with me, I'm going to disappear forever, right? You know that Raka was trying to help you. Maybe I don't deserve anyone's help. But why? Why don't I ever get to ask for help? Stop it! Why are you so afraid? Just trust someone. I won't ever be betrayed by anyone again. In my dream, in this town, and anywhere.
No matter what I do, no one ever comes to save me!
But you never actually ask anyone for help. You just wait and wait.
I can't do it! What if I call for help and nobody answers? What if I really am completely alone?
I wish I didn't know anything. I wish I could still love Reki. I want to keep trusting Reki, but I... Her diary.
I found a cocoon all by myself. I'm so happy. This must be a special sign from God. I will be kind to her and always be by her side. This time, I will be a good Haibane, like Kuromori.
That's right, Reki, when I was in the cocoon.
Can you hear me? My name is Reki.
This is the first time I've ever found a cocoon, so I'm real happy and excited. As a Haibane, you're going to forget who you were. So maybe at first, you're going to feel scared and lonely. But don't worry about it, because I will always be with you. I will protect you.
So please, I'm trusting you to help me, because you are my last hope.
I understand. She protected me. She protected me from the very beginning. Reki, I have to be the bird who will save Reki, just like the bird who saved me.
Reki can't hear you anymore.
Why not? Reki! Reki!
This is where Reki has chosen to disappear.
No! Reki asked me to help save her from this! Reki! Reki! Just call my name! Please say that you need me!
Raka, please help me.
Reki, you're all right.
Rock, thank you. Thank you. Does this mean that I'm finally forgiven?
Strange. I saw this break. Look at the name.
If a bird brings you your salvation, the name Reki will disappear, and the Reki that is stone will become your true name. Believing this will come to pass, I now introduce a new story of the Reki that is stone.
Reki, will we see each other again?
Well, yeah, I think we will.
I believe we will too.
Now close your eyes.
Huh?
It's the custom for a Haibane to disappear without notice when the day of flight comes.
Reki will be Reki to the very end, right?
She freed herself from her curse by walking a difficult path and by being kind to the weak. At first, this was merely pretense in order to attain salvation, and yet in time it became her nature. There is an ancient staircase that serves as a stepping stone for the Haibane when they take their day of flight. Reki is that stepping stone, the one who guides the weak.
So she's gone then. I'm glad.
Reki! You know, I'll miss her. But it was for the best, right?
Yes, she received the blessing.
The western sky is quite something. Don't you want to come see?
No thanks. Besides, I already got Reki's reply.
If you say so. Want some cake?
Nah, it's sweet, right?
It's lemon souffle. Reki made it.
I already said no.
How can you be so stupid? Do you know what color a lemon is?
Oh.
That evening, all of us went into the woods together. Apparently everyone knew it was going to happen, so all of us were able to say goodbye with a smile. After praying in the chapel, we returned to Old Home and had dinner at the table, which we set with one empty chair. Reki left many paintings behind for us. I was relieved to know that, aside from paintings of her dark dream, she was able to produce many bright and beautiful works. Those paintings told me how much Reki truly loved this town and Old Home, and that she truly cared for everyone she knew and lived with. Soon winter will come to an end. Will a new cocoon be found when spring comes? Then it will be my turn to be the reliable senior Haibane. Twins! Oh, this is big! This is big! This is big! Reki, I will never forget you.
忘れた